Her father said the FBI took her boyfriend in unmarked cars, but when police checked every agency, no one had arrested him. And soon they learned the man telling the story had already dug the grave. October 26, 2022. Bryce Brogel returns to Minnesota after 4 months on the road with his girlfriend, Cordelia. He dreams of building a cabin in Alaska. That afternoon, Cordelia's father, Michael LaFlex, offers to drive Bryce to a storage unit. Cordelia stays home to shower. Hours pass. Michael returns alone. He tells Cordelia that plainclothes officers in unmarked cars arrested Bryce. No badges, no charges. Cordelia waits for a call. It never comes. On October 28th, she files a missing person report. Deputies find Michael at a Halloween party. He agrees to an interview. He says he and Bryce left the storage unit around 5:45 p.m. when lights flashed behind them. 2 vehicles, one white, one dark gray. Men separated them. Michael was put in the white car, Bryce in the gray one. He heard someone say, Arizona. He assumed a federal arrest, but police check every agency. No record exists. No officer took Bryce into custody that night. Michael's story is already cracking. Michael admits he took Bryce's phones. He says he threw them in a Brainerd gas station trash can to protect his daughter. Police find both phones, exactly where he said, a regular smartphone and a disposable flip phone. Why would an innocent witness destroy evidence? Michael also admits threatening Bryce before. He says he warned that if he saw another bruise on Cordelia, words would not be enough. He wanted to scar the little kid. His own words hang in the cold air. Police checked Michael's phone location data. On October 27th, at 4:45 a.m., Michael leaves home. He drives to the storage unit, stays 22 minutes. Then he drives to a remote public land near Lake Edward, stays 1 hour. That is the day after Bryce disappeared. Michael never mentioned this trip. Investigators obtain a search warrant for the storage unit. On the concrete floor, they find a bleach bottle, traces of both Bryce's DNA and Michael's DNA, and blood residue. On the storage unit floor, investigators also find marks consistent with something heavy being dragged, a sled. Michael never mentioned a sled. Then, Michael's half-sister, Jen Baker, comes forward. She says Michael confessed to her on October 28th. He said he shot Bryce in the back of the head. He used a sled to move the body. He took leaves from her garage to cover the grave. He told her not to worry. They would never find the body. Jen called their brother Patrick. Patrick went to police. He confirmed Jen's account. Investigators now had a confession. They returned to the remote area near Lake Edward. They found freshly dug earth, branches stuck into the ground, fresh leaves scattered on top, but the leaves did not match the forest floor. An excavation team dug down. At 8 inches, they found Bryce Brogel. A single gunshot wound to the back of the head. Then they found the sled in a ditch, covered with a blanket, stained with blood. Michael's past emerged. In 1999, he pleaded guilty to criminal sexual conduct. In 2018, he pleaded guilty again, this time involving a developmentally disabled adult. He had taken 4 polygraphs. He passed all 4. He knew how to control his responses. When investigators interviewed him, he was calm. He never agreed to a polygraph in this case. His half-brother later testified that Michael had said weeks before the killing, "I'm going to kill him. I already dug the hole." The Washington landlord testified that Michael called him. Michael asked if Bryce had hurt Cordelia. The landlord said he had seen Cordelia with 2 black eyes. Michael replied that he was going to kill Bryce and that he had already dug the hole. That call happened before Bryce returned to Minnesota. Prosecutors argued this proved premeditation. Michael had planned the murder for weeks. He retrieved a gun from his sister's house on the morning of October 26th, hours before Bryce even crossed the state line.
Cordelia took the stand. She denied that Bryce ever physically abused her. She posted about him on Facebook after his death. "A very special person was taken from me. He's my guardian angel forever." She never supported her father's claims. Michael testified in his own defense. He admitted the killing, but said it was not planned. He claimed Bryce said, quote, "I will kill her before I ever give her up." Michael said he snapped. The jury did not believe him. April 2024. The jury found Michael LaFlex guilty of first-degree premeditated murder, life in prison without parole. He did not look back at his family. Cordelia was not in the courtroom. She continued to memorialize Bryce online. The case left a fractured family and a young man buried in Minnesota soil. Michael's claim that he acted to protect his daughter collapsed under the weight of phone data, witness testimony, and a confession made to his own sister. Justice was served, but Bryce remains gone.
If you made it this far, you are a true crime loyalist. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, because we bring you cases where the police interviews reveal more than the killer ever wanted to say. New documentary every week.